Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the 9th season for the Walking Dead television series. In this one, we're going to give our thoughts on the first 4 minutes of the premiere episode for Season 9. Andrew Lincoln going to be directing a future episode of The Walking Dead, and Norman Reedus saying he is unsure of how long The Walking Dead will last. My relationship with the show is far from over. I wish I could say more than that, but I can't. But what I will say is watch this season. And yeah, let's start with that one by giving our thoughts on Andrew Lincoln, who's going to be returning in the future for The Walking Dead, apparently in a directorial role. So, don't get too excited, guys. Him basically saying that he's returning. I'll put the link in the description to Collider, where it pretty much says this. But what he's going to be doing is, okay, so here it is. He says, I'm going back, he told Entertainment Weekly. I'm going back to shadow a director, and my intention is to direct next year. I can't be that far away because I can't bear it. That's how much I am invested in the show and the continuation of the story. So we do know that we've had some of the different cast and crew for both The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead return. Michael Cudlitz, who played Abraham in The Walking Dead, is going to be directing an episode of this season. So that's pretty cool. He's going to be directing one of the episodes in the first half. And Coleman Domingo had directed an episode. He plays Strand in Fear the Walking Dead for Fear. And it was good. Like, it was really good. We haven't seen Michael Cudlitz's episode yet, but I thought Coleman Domingo did a really good job directing that episode of Fear. And yeah, it was really good. Then it says here, I have 2 young children, and I live in a different country, and they become less portable as they get older, says the man who helped change the zombified face of television. It was that simple. It was time for me to come home. So that's pretty much all he says about this one. But is that what he might have meant in the my impression? It's a horrible impression, I know. His English accent is awesome, and that's about the best I can do with my terrible Canadian accent, right? Where we elongate all the O's that we say and just boot, to boot, to boot, to boot. What did I just say there? I don't know. Something about boots is all I can tell you, right? So, and A's all over the place. Not the letter A as in, Daryl and shirt in season 7 and that thing, but EH. But so here he's going to return as a director in The Walking Dead in the future. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that he's going to come back. But at the same time, it kind of makes me sad because it's kind of like, is that what he meant when he said that his relationship with the character or the show is far from over, but that this would be his final final season? Well, they've been promoting it as Rick's final episode, so it's kind of like, are we going to see the death of Rick in near episode 5 or 6 or something like that, or is he actually going to leave and then maybe come back later? Now that we're getting this information right here, it starts to fit that he's going to still be doing stuff for The Walking Dead, such as directing and maybe helping with promotion and things like that. But at the same time, it's like they're having John Berthel come back. There's all this stuff going on. It's like maybe he is going to be just killed off, and and then of course he would help out with the show later on in a director type of role. But it's kind of like, it's okay, it's cool news, but a lot of us kind of wanted to see him still in the show. Preferably him being leading man for Walking Dead versus being a director for some episodes. It's like, it's cool, but it's kind of sad at the same time because it's like, okay, we probably are seeing the death of Rick this season. Well, that sucks. So much for the helicopter theories and this kind of stuff. Even though we can all keep the hope up until we see the final episode here, but mixed emotions. Happy he's going to be directing. He's going to still be involved with The Walking Dead and still work on it in some way. But, kind of sad at the same time because now it makes sense that he's saying that, his relationship with it is far from over. It's because he'll probably be doing stuff for it. But he might not be, reprising his role as Rick in a living, in a living capacity. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about that one. Yeah. The next one I'll also put the link to in the description. It's from metro.co.uk. where it's kind of some info from Chandler Riggs, who of course played Carl in The Walking Dead, and basically he got some inside info. Well, a little bit. It's not much. Here, let's go through it. It says The Walking Dead actor Chandler Riggs has teased how season 9 will be a complete turn from what's come before on the show. The 19-year-old actor who played Carl Grimes may have left midway through season 8, but he's still been chatting to his former castmates about what's to come in the 9th season. Speaking to metro.co.uk, Chandler revealed how Norman Reedus, aka Daryl, spoke about the many changes set to take place, which the actor personally excited for its return. Is personally excited for its return. And then it says, so I was actually talking to Norman Reedus about how much longer he thinks the show can go on. And it says he was saying the show feels way different in season 9. It takes like a complete turn on everything that they used to do. The way they shot it, the way their sets, or they designed their sets, the dialogue and everything is really different from the last 8 season. Then it says, honestly, so what he had told him is, honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen with the show. I'm really excited to see it and see what happens. So him being pretty uncertain about the fate of the show. So that's kind of, it's like you want to sit here and say, well, who's the leading man for The Walking Dead now? Norman Reedus has kind of said, like, there isn't one, or there's no, nobody's going to be able to replace Andrew Lincoln, of course, in The Walking Dead. So there isn't one. But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like you kind of have to have somebody as your front runner character, and it doesn't have to be male, but you kind of have to have someone. I mean, you can have several different ones, but for fans, they're always going to think of, when they think of a series, there's always going to be like one character that really stuck out to them. In The Walking Dead's first 8 years, for sure, I would say it's Rick for just about everybody. But, in the future, Daryl will probably be the one to kind of stand out. Norman Reedus is Daryl. Or maybe for some of the people who like Michonne or Carol or some of these other characters there that kind of were in there earlier on. For Fear now, it's like Morgan. He's like the standout. It used to be Madison, so it can change and everything, right? But sounds like even he's not sure, and he's the kind of, I'd say he's the leading man after Andrew Lincoln. If Andrew Lincoln leaves, Daryl is the number one at that point afterwards. And if even he's unsure of how long the series is going to last and how people are going to respond to it, then of course, I think we're on base here, right on point this summer. And what we're saying, that we're really not sure what the future of the show is going to be and how fans are going to respond to it, even though AMC has said that they want to do, or they can promise basically another 10 years of Walking Dead. It doesn't necessarily mean it will be 10 years in the original series, but we'll have to see how the whole thing works out, and even he's not sure himself how this is going to go. So we'll see. Yeah. Then the last one is the first 4 minutes. So I'll also link that one too for you guys if you haven't seen it, of the premiere episode. It's coming up quick, man. This year is really different. It kind of feels like it's here already. Like, we have been waiting for quite a while. We got the news way back in May or June that Andrew Lincoln was going to leave, that Lauren Cohen was going to leave, and it's like, we've been waiting all this time, and I can't believe it's almost here. And it's like, I'm happy it's here, next Sunday, right? So we're pretty much at premiere time now. Fear is going to wrap up this weekend, and then next week we see the premiere for The Walking Dead Season 9. But it's really crazy to finally see it kind of come here, and I'm kind of in a state of shock here, seeing all this news come out and everything, where it's like you're reading all this and you're thinking about it, you're like, okay, so Rick really is going to be killed off this season? Is that what it's looking like? And Andrew Lincoln's just going to be directing and doing stuff like that because he'll be dead, right? So, or maybe ghost scenes or hallucination sequences here and there, which is cool if they can do that, but it's kind of sad, right? Like, it's profoundly sad, and when you watch the first 4 minutes of the season, it really, like, you're watching it through, and I'm watching, I'm thinking to myself, like, God damn, man, these are like some beautiful minutes here when you're seeing them kind of, just the group kind of going through things, going through everything. You see Judith there, she's got like the painting, and Michonne, and she's laughing, and everybody's so happy. It's like they're in heaven, right? Right before the whispers come in and it's hell, So it's like you can kind of see it forming, where it's like, Rick's final episodes, and it's like, okay, so they've got these beautiful minutes in there at the beginning, and we're probably going to see a lot of these like reflective moments in the first few episodes of season 9, where everybody's happy and things are going really good, and then they just tear it down. They just rip your heart out. Rick's like spending time with Judith, he's spending time with Michonne. And then, before the half season is up, around episode 5 or 6 or 7, whatever happens here, they're gonna set us up make everything happy and sunny and bright and beautiful, and then they're going to tear it down. It's just going to be brutal. So I'm emotionally preparing myself for this now. I don't feel emotionally prepared. I'm just watching it through here. There's some other scenes in there too. Daryl on the bike and Sanctuary where they're hanging up a zombie and Daryl puts him down, this kind of stuff. And so there's some other stuff in there, but, it just sticks out so much. Like, I'm just watching all this stuff. All I can think about is, oh my God, Rick's going to die. Like, it's all I can think about. Like, there's all these other scenes and stuff. It's like, okay, but Rick's dying, bro. Like, who cares about all this other shit? Who cares about Daryl on his bike or a zombie at the Sanctuary or Eugene and whatever the hell else? Who cares, man? Because Rick's going to die. It's like, oh, I really hope it's not the case, right? I hope that helicopter is coming in fast and he will eventually return, to reprise his role as Rick in some capacity here. But, oh man, guys, let me know. Where are you at with this? That's all the news we've had in the last couple days. There's more stuff coming out because we're getting close to season 2. But those are the 3 I want to spotlight in today. And just how you guys are feeling. Are you still excited for the season, knowing that it's going to be this thing? Like, it's just so mixed emotions because it's like we're going into this, we want to see it, but it's like, oh, it's just feeling like so wrong because it's like, did this really have to happen? Like, did this have to go down? I understand he's got to go back to the UK and stuff, but it's like, I know that, man, but you gonna kill Rick, dude? Like, are you gonna do it? Are you really gonna do it? It's like, okay. I'm excited, but it kind of feels like it's going to suck at the same time. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Leave those comments below. And if you like the video today, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite if you're new. And you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another Walking Dead video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.